Hey there, ever found yourself wondering what's going on in her mind? Trying to figure out if that smile means friendship or if there's something more? Deciphering a woman's body language can feel like solving a puzzle, especially when you're not sure what to look for. Unlike words, which we can hear and interpret directly, body language speaks a quieter, subtler language. And if you're missing the signs, you might be overlooking some pretty clear signals that she's into you. The truth is, women don't always come right out and say how they feel. Instead, they leave little clues through their gestures, eye contact, and even how they position themselves around you. If you've been scratching your head wondering if she likes you or if she's just being nice, don't worry, I've got you covered. Today we're breaking it all down so you'll never have to decode her signals in the dark again. You're about to learn 8 key body language cues that say, yes, I'm attracted to you. Once you spot these signs, you'll finally know where her heart stands. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be a pro at reading her real feelings without her saying a word. 1. The lip connection. Have you noticed the way her lips seem to pull at your attention? Maybe you've caught her subtly licking them or wearing lipstick so bold it's practically a spotlight. What might seem like an innocent gesture is often a powerful sign of attraction. Here's why. When a woman licks her lips, it's an instinctual move that might not even register as intentional to her. This act makes her lips appear shinier and more inviting, drawing your gaze naturally to them. It's like her subconscious is telling her to capture your attention. But there's a deeper layer here. Did you know that when we're attracted to someone, our breathing rate increases? With that quickening breath comes a dry mouth, and licking her lips could simply be her way of dealing with this physical response to her feelings for you. And what about the lipstick? Shiny gloss and bold colors like red are choices women often make when they're consciously or subconsciously trying to stand out. Red lipstick, for example, has long been linked to desirability and even hints at confidence. If she's wearing it consistently around you, pay attention. That might not be a coincidence. The next time you're with her and she licks her lips or flashes that perfect pop of color, take note. It could be her way of saying, hey, I'm interested in you without uttering a single word. 2. Her open invitation. Imagine you're chatting with her and her body language is as welcoming as a warm hug. She's leaning in, her arms aren't crossed, and her posture screams, I'm comfortable. This is exactly the kind of openness you should look for if you're wondering whether the sparks are mutual. When someone keeps their arms relaxed and their body open, it's a sign they feel at ease around you. Think about it like a door. If it's wide open, you feel welcome to step inside. If it's closed, you hesitate. Body language works the same way. A woman who feels comfortable and perhaps attracted to you is less likely to cross her arms or shield herself with her posture. And here's something you may not have considered before, her legs. A lot of us assume crossed legs mean disinterest, but that's not always the case. Pay attention to where her knees are pointing. If they're aimed toward you, it's like a subtle way of saying, you've got my attention. On the flip side, if her knees are angled away, she might not feel as connected. When her body language appears open and relaxed, it's a green light to keep building that connection. She's showing she feels safe and engaged, which could be the spark of something deeper. 3. Restless legs, restless heart. Have her legs caught your attention lately? Maybe she's crossing and uncrossing them repeatedly and you're wondering what's going on. While it could just be a case of restlessness, it might also be her subconscious way of expressing attraction. Believe it or not, this small movement can say a lot. Here's the thing about leg movement and attraction. Crossing and uncrossing legs can bring attention to that area, especially if you're already tuned into her presence. It's a quiet way of inviting you to notice her without actually saying, hey, look at me. But there's also a physiological side to this. When someone feels attracted or nervous excitement around another person, their body releases certain hormones, like norepinephrine. This is what drives that fight or flight response. But in this case, it might just come out as a little extra fidgeting. The movement could indicate that she's caught up in her feelings for you and isn't sure how to sit still. Here's a little tip to confirm it's attraction at play. If she's been crossing and uncrossing her legs frequently, take a small, flirtatious risk and notice her hands. Are her palms slightly damp when she brushes against you? That could tell you even more about her feelings. Her restless legs might just be broadcasting what's on her mind. And if you spot this behavior, don't be too quick to dismiss it. You could be reading a big sign of her attraction. 4, the power of her gaze. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, but did you know they can also be the clearest indicators of whether she's attracted to you? Eye contact isn't just a gesture, it's one of the most intimate, unspoken languages of attraction. When she looks into your eyes, it's not just about politeness. Attraction comes with a distinctive spark. Does her gaze feel deeper, like she's searching for a connection beyond the surface? You might even catch her glancing at your lips for just a second longer, as if she's wondering what it'd be like to kiss you. That's a game changer, isn't it? And here's a fun tip most people don't know about. If her pupils are slightly dilated as she looks at you, it's a strong sign she's into you. Science suggests that people's pupils dilate when they see someone they're attracted to. On top of that, if her gaze lingers a moment longer than casual eye contact normally would, it's like she's silently drawn to you. And don't overlook the little bashful moments. If she catches you looking back and quickly looks away with a slight smile or blush, consider that bonus confirmation. These subtle movements speak volumes about what she's feeling beneath the surface. When you're decoding her eye contact, pay close attention to the details. Those lingering looks and bashful glances can tell you more about her interests than words ever could. Want to unlock her feelings? Start with her eyes. 5, the blink of desire. Picture this. You're deep in a conversation with her and you suddenly notice her blinking more frequently. Is it just a fluke? Or could it mean something more? Believe it or not, those rapid blinks might be a delicate hint of attraction. When a woman is around someone she finds attractive, her emotions tend to amplify, often without her realizing it. Blinking more often is a subtle response to heightened emotions or even arousal. And if she's subtly tilting her head while blinking, congratulations, you've just hit the jackpot of subtle flirting. That's not just blinking, that's her pulling you into her world. There's science behind this too. Rapid blinking can occur when someone's nervous or excited, and both of these emotions often come into play when attraction is involved. Her body is essentially responding to her internal feelings, and her blinking is like a subconscious Morse code spelling out her interest in you. Now, take a closer look at her eyes. Is she wearing eyeliner or mascara that seems to enhance her expressions? Women don't just dress their eyes for fun. Sometimes it's an effort to draw attention to one of their most expressive features. And those fluttering lashes? That's her way of adding just a touch of coy charm to your connection. But why is blinking such an intriguing sign of attraction? Because it's involuntary and nearly impossible to fake. Her body acts on pure instinct, and if she's blinking a lot while talking or looking at you, her emotions might be magnifying her physical responses. Low-key nervousness, excitement about being near you, and the inner tug-of-war of wanting to get closer but feeling shy about it. All of this can translate into those charming little blinks. When it comes to decoding her body language, pay attention to the tempo of her blinks and the way she uses her eyes to draw you in. If she's blinking more often, and especially when she's focused on you, it's time to drop the "it's just a coincidence" mindset. She might be inviting you to notice her in more ways than one. 6, the lean-in signal. Imagine the scene. You're having a relaxing conversation, and suddenly she starts leaning closer to you. Not a big, exaggerated move, but just enough to bridge the gap between you. This subtle shift is an incredibly powerful body language cue, and it's loaded with meaning. When a woman leans toward you, it's one of the clearest signs she feels connected, safe, and interested in getting closer. Think of it this way. Our bodies instinctively lean away from things or people that make us uncomfortable. If she's leaning in, that invisible wall between the two of you is coming down. Whether it's during a heart-to-heart talk or even a casual chat, leaning into your space is her way of saying, "I like being around you." Now compare this to someone who's more guarded. A closed posture, like crossed arms, leaning back, keeping objects like a purse or phone between her body and yours, sends a different message altogether. That distance usually signals disinterest or hesitation. On the flip side, when she deliberately leans her body closer to yours, she's signaling trust and attraction without saying it outright. This body language even ties into biology. Humans naturally lean toward the people they're drawn to as a way to signal openness and comfort. And when it comes to attraction, Leaning in can also indicate she's totally focused on you. She's showing she's present, that she values your words, and perhaps even that she wouldn't mind you returning the gesture. Keep in mind, though, this move doesn't always need to feel calculated or purposeful. Attraction often plays out in the realm of the subconscious. Maybe she doesn't even realize she's leaning toward you, but her body can't help but mirror her feelings of interest and comfort. The next time she leans in during a conversation, take it as an invitation to deepen your interaction. It's a cue that says, I feel connected to you, so don't miss the chance to respond with warmth and attentiveness. Who knows, this small gesture might be a big step towards something more for the two of you. 7. The arch of attraction. All right, picture this. You're hanging out with her, having a great time, and suddenly she subtly arches her back. Maybe she's shifting in her seat or stretching a little. Now, before you assume it's just another casual movement, think again. This could actually be one of the most visual, yet subconscious signs she's into you. When a woman arches her back, she's emphasizing her figure. This posture creates a deep curve in her back, naturally drawing more attention to her chest and hips. It's as if her body is saying, notice me. But here's the thing. Not every stretch or posture change signifies attraction. Pay close attention to the moment. If she does this when you're engaging with her or when she knows you're looking, that's likely no coincidence. Why does this matter? From an evolutionary perspective, this posture highlights features that have been historically linked to femininity and attraction. And while she may not even consciously realize it, this motion could be her way of non-verbally communicating her interest in you without saying a single word. But how can you tell it's more than just a casual move? Look for the moments when it happens. If she leans slightly toward you or holds your gaze while arching her back, it's pretty clear she's inviting you to see her in a different light. This slight flirtatious maneuver speaks volumes. What's fascinating about arching the back is how universally it acts as a sign of attraction. Even if the gesture is subconscious, it's deeply tied to body language that signals confidence and allure. It's her way of making herself a little more noticeable, hoping you'll pick up on the visual cue. If you spot this subtle but striking move, know she might be giving you a glimpse into her feelings. It's not just about posture, it's an unspoken message, and one you don't want to ignore. 8. The touch that speaks. Now this one's a game changer. You're spending time with her, laughing, chatting, and then suddenly you notice it. She accidentally brushes her hand against yours or lightly touches your arm while laughing at your jokes. These small fleeting moments of touch aren't just coincidences. They're windows into her emotions. When a woman reaches out in these subtle ways, she's signaling a deeper connection that goes beyond words. Think about it. We don't typically touch people we're not comfortable with or drawn to. Those light, accidental brushes could be her way of testing the waters, seeing how you respond, and daring to close the space between you just a little bit more. Consider this comparison. If you were playing a sport and the ball hit you once, no big deal, right? But if it kept coming back to you time and again, you'd start to wonder if this is intentional. That's exactly how to interpret these repeated accidental touches. What's more, these touches may be paired with other signs. Does she laugh and touch your shoulder when you say something funny? Is there a random bump as the two of you walk side by side? These moments aren't just random. They're her way of expressing her interests without being overly direct. Physical touch has a way of bypassing all the overthinking in our heads and going straight to the heart. It's a universal language of connection and one of the strongest indicators of attraction. When she keeps finding ways to create contact between you, even in subtle ways, she's communicating that she's drawn to you. Responding to these touches with your own care and attention could take things to the next level. Don't brush off these small signals. They could be the start of something much bigger. Remember, every accidental touch might just be her way of saying, I'm into you, without having to say anything at all. Conclusion, understanding body language can be a powerful tool in navigating the complex world of attraction and relationships. Subtle signs such as lingering eye contact, genuine smiles, or slight touches can reveal more than words often do. Paying attention to these cues and responding thoughtfully can help you build a deeper connection and avoid missed opportunities. However, it's essential to pair these observations with clear, open communication to ensure mutual understanding and respect. Attraction is a two-way street. And recognizing her signals is just one piece of the puzzle. What matters most is how you choose to engage with them.